So one of the biggest problems that people encounter when they're dealing with narcissists is you let the narcissistic person talk too much. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I have narcissistic personality disorder. It's as simple as that. The more you let a narcissist talk, the more they will gaslight you, the more they'll try to manipulate you, and the more that they will lie to you. That's why I tell people a lot of times, like, engaging with a narcissist is the worst thing that you can do because a simple 5 minute conversation, what should be a simple 5 minute conversation, turns into something that's 3, 4, 5 hours long that keeps you up all night. The more they talk, the more that they feel like they're winning. Because one technique that a narcissist uses to win an argument or to win, to convince you that they are right and you are wrong, is just by exhausting you, just by constantly beating you down with words. And you're listening and you're responding here and there, but they're doing most of the talking. And all it takes is a couple of words for you to agree with, and you lose. If you say, well, that is kind of right. Gotcha. You see, I am right. You're wrong. Don't let them talk that much, y'all. I know every situation is different, though. Pardon the interruption. Just want to let you know that I do have courses and support groups available as well. Courses to help you understand what you went through, and support groups to help you during or after the toxic relationship. Link in the description. Now back to the video. One of the biggest issues that I see people experiencing when they are dealing with narcissists, what is it, Boston? Narcissists or toxic people is the fact that they let them talk too much. Like, literally, it's as simple as that, y'all. A lot of narcissistic people have the gift of gab. We can talk in circles. And the more you allow a narcissist to talk to you, the greater the chances of you being gaslit, manipulated, and you end up apologizing for something they did. You end up getting onto their side. They convince you that they are right and you are wrong somehow, some way, shape, or form. Like, they just talk too much. Like, I am a great example of that. Yeah, I have the gift of gab. Even though I'm naturally introverted, until I get to know people, until I feel safe in a zone. Once I get to know people, I have the gift of gab. I can talk to people. I can get information out of people. A lot of narcissists are just great at talking and getting out of people what they need from people, like information-wise, and or getting people onto their side of things, convincing people, high-pressure sales tactics and things like that. So that's pretty much like how a narcissist is in a lot of relationships. When you catch a narcissist doing something wrong to you, or you're in a disagreement on how you should proceed forward with something, the narcissist becomes like a car salesman. And instead of selling a car, they are selling themselves, like a used car salesman and things like that. They are not going to take no for an answer, and they're going to just talk you until you buy what they're selling. And typically what they're selling is a lie, is a half-truth. Half-truths are lies. Is a lie, some manipulation, or some gaslighting, or something to just get you onto their side. And you can see, y'all, I have a new ring light. My other ring light, I have retired. The one that broke the stand, the one that broke off the stand, I still have it. But I got another standing ring light, so you can see both my hands. I don't, like, with Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands. Yeah, you just let them talk too much, y'all. Because I know people are going to say, well, how do we stop them from talking too much, Lee? Like, you're not giving us any damn answers. You're talking too much. That's true. I'm talking too much, ain't I? But, like, one way that you can do that is, like, by not engaging. I tell people all the time, I say, look, one of your greatest powers that you possess against a narcissist, or, when you're dealing with a narcissist, is your ability to just disconnect from them. You know what I mean? Disconnect and not engage with them. Your ability to not react to a narcissist is like a superpower. It's a superhuman power. I know people feel like the narcissist is always in charge of things, and the narcissist, what the narcissistic person or the toxic person says, whatever they say goes. If you don't react, you win. If they cannot trigger you, they cannot control you. That's just it right there. It's as simple as that right there. If they cannot trigger you, they cannot control you. Point blank, period, end of story, end of all that stuff. Because if you let them talk, like I said, one of the main ways that a narcissist will win an argument with you, even if they're right, even if they're wrong, is by just exhaustion. Sometimes, like, it doesn't even start off as an argument. It can just start off as a simple difference of opinion. And then y'all, instead of a conversation that difference of opinion, which turns into a conversation that should last at tops 10, 15 minutes, ends up lasting hours. 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. They might wake you up in the middle of the night to finish an argument. I was gonna say cargument. Cause I was thinking about conversation and argument at the same time. I was gonna say cargument. I'm mixing my words up a lot these days. But yeah, just let them talk too much. Like exhaustion is one of the main techniques. Just like keep you, like you sleep. That talking too much leads into sleep deprivation, which leads into you just submitting. You win. Just let me go to sleep. Cool, great, awesome. Glad I get to make the decision on this. Glad I get to get the car I want. Glad we get to buy the house that I want. Glad we get to do whatever I want to do. Whatever we were arguing about initially, glad we both get to vote liberal. Glad we both get to vote conservative. Glad we both get to vote for Kanye this year. Whatever it is, whatever the argument is, whatever the disagreement is, whatever the difference in opinion is, it goes like that. So that's why I tell people, like, don't engage with that people. I mean, so of course you have to use discretion when you're dealing with a narcissist. That's one of the main things. You have to use discretion. That is not up for debate. That is not up for debate. It's not up for argument. You have to use discretion because some narcissistic people are violent people. They just are, y'all. Narcissists sometimes are violent people that will put their hands on you. So if you have a history of domestic violence in your household and you haven't called the police, which you should, get it on record. At least try to. Sometimes the police might fail you and things like that. Well, I've heard so many different conversations where, like, I got hit in my face and I defended myself and I scratched them on the arm and I got arrested. So you don't call the police anymore. So, oh my goodness, it blows my mind sometimes, y'all. But yeah, if you just like use discretion when you're detaching from people, leave the room. Okay, you win. Just leave the room. Go silent on them. Gray rock. Look up the gray rock technique. I need to get Sam at What Does It Matter Now on here. She had a beautiful explanation of the gray rock technique the other day. It was beautiful. I was like, whoa, it blew my mind. If y'all don't follow Sam at What Does It Matter Now on Instagram and YouTube. Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. What Does It Matter Now she's amazing, y'all. She puts out a lot of great content. And she did a beautiful video on gray rocking. Gray rocking is pretty much just, not triggering the narcissist. Not just like, not boring. Sometimes it can be boring responses like, yeah, cool, whatever. Awesome, super duper. It can be that. It can be as simple as that, but it can be very subtle, stroking their ego when necessary and things like that. Whatever it takes to prevent an argument, whatever it takes to keep you safe. She can explain it a lot more better than I can. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to get people to see. Though I want a lot more people to see and feel like I said that you can detach from people like that. If you don't feel like a lot of times people, when you get into these long-term relationships with narcissists or short-term relationships with narcissists, like you feel like you lose your voice, so you don't talk anyway, which is another red flag that if your voice is not being heard, do you really want to be in this relationship long-term? Is it healthy for you to be in this relationship long-term? That's why I say you have to take your power back and stand in your ability and stand in your truth. And like I said, by not just engaging with them, like, of course, engage to the point where if it's something that's necessary to talk about, of course, talk about it. Convey your opinion and don't just argue, y'all. Narcissists, they would just beat you down with their words. If not with their physical presence or physicality, they would just beat you down with their words. By gaslighting you, by giving you a nice, healthy serving of word salad. Word salad. And they might, clap some cheeks or whatever to throw you off the point. You look so hot when we argue. Bap, 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 cheeks clapped, argument done. That's another way. They might try to distract you. By in the heat of an argument, they try to sleep with you. You know what I mean? Try to throw the cheeks on you. Here's some cheeks, take them, just shut up. No, they'll do that too. So I was like, just don't engage, y'all. I know it's tougher. It takes practice, of course, not to do that. I'm not talking about just when they talking and yelling and stuff like that, you just sitting there like this. Because that might make them madder. Practice everybody's going to be different, but a lot of narcissists have the same traits, but they're going to react differently. So leaving the room, some people be disassociated when the narcissist is just going off on their little tangents and things like that. People disassociate with your body, kind of like you go to another realm and things like that. Protect your peace though, y'all. That's the main thing. That's the main point I'm trying to, convey to people nowadays. Protect your peace, protect your sanity and things like that. And just don't engage. Don't get into long-winded arguments with narcissistic people. Go straight to the point. Whatever you have to say, straight to the point. Don't beat around the bush. Don't be timid. Don't just say, hey, I'm not trying to start an argument, because they automatically talk. When you say I'm not trying to do something, they automatically think that you're trying to do that. Oh, yes, you are. So don't engage with them. Protect your peace. Like and subscribe for more. Turn on your notifications, y'all. I truly appreciate y'all. Hopefully I'll be out of this COVID quarantine this week. Thankful for y'all. Mental illness is out. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.